Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Grease Live will take place on January 31st on Fox, and I'm here in LA to catch up with the T-Birds and the Pink Ladies right before the big event. Grease Live, what's going through your mind?
Rama Lama Lama. I literally eat, breathe, and sleep Rama Lama Lama.
Hand jiving and stuff?
Oh yeah, and it's funny because whenever the cast does interviews, they're always like, do a hand jive, and I'm like so embarrassed because I'm like, I still don't really know how to hand jive. But my excuse for everything, whenever I don't know how to do something, I'm like, well, Jan wouldn't know either. Like Jan doesn't pay attention at the school dance, you know.
She wouldn't have the right beat, right?
Jan is so uncoordinated. She's frumpy and not put together, and yeah.
She must be so fun to work on.
I love playing Jan so much. One of the best parts for me is I come to rehearsal really not caring what I look like. The more acne, the better. Like the fatter I look, the better. It's like the perfect character because I'm like, great. I could eat anything I want. I could have all the acne in the world, and it works for the character. So
You found out you got this role. Tell me how you found out.
I found out the real way. I found out through another friend's agent who came up to me at an opening and was like, "Hey, congrats! I hear this congrats in order." And I go, "For what?" Because I just recently got engaged. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got engaged." And he goes, "No, I thought you got a job." And I was like, "That's news to me." And then the wheels started turning, and then that's what happened. And then my agent called me a couple of days later and was like, "Hey, you got a job. Just hey, you got a job."
Don't you love that? Hey, I got a
Live. It's Grease Live. I was like, I get the greatest job in the world is what I got. And then you go, "Hey, you got a job." I love my agents.
Talk about the role.
Sonny, he is something. We had to think come out today, like on Deadline, Playable, and stuff like this. So he's a wannabe. That was kind of really before I read the script, right? He's a maniacal prankster. This guy. He's really a lot of fun. My role in the show is that of someone who's been at the school far too long, and he is, for lack of a better word, a wannabe, and also just a real smart aleck.
Left back a few years.
Yes, left back quite a few. I think 4. In my subtextual world, he was back 4 years.
They have created that energy. I feel like I can imagine what it was like when the original Grease came out. I think that, they did a great job at giving you what you loved about that and still allowing it to be new and honored in this fresh way because of Tommy Kail, Mark Platt. These people, they found a way to innovate this.
Living in the world of Grease and living in the world of Marty.
Yes, I'm so excited. And I must say, I was not that familiar with the character Marty. And in our version of Grease, it's kind of a mixture of both the movie and musical version. So you get to see a lot more of her than maybe you would have in the film. And so it was exciting for me to be able to get the creative opportunity to expand on what it is I know a little bit and then also what I could create.
This is amazing. I can't believe I've always wanted to be a T-Bird since I was a kid. And now look at it. It's crazy. I couldn't be any more grateful.
Is it the jacket? What's the coolest thing about it?
It's the jacket, the hair, the attitude, the way to talk to women, the way to, how you hold yourself. Everything about being a T-Bird I emulated when I was a child, for sure.
Talk about the role.
Putsy is a very innocent guy, He's one of the T-Birds that just wants to impress all the other T-Birds. Like, hey, listen, I know a thing or two about women and all that stuff, but he's actually really learning from the rest of the T-Birds. And then as the story goes on, you get to see with his love for Jan and Jan's love for Putsy, he knows a lot more than he thinks, and he knows a lot more about love than the T-Birds as well. So.
Frenchie, iconic. What's it been like working on her?
She's so lovable, very optimistic about everything, a little sassy, a little bit of a mess with her life and her, obviously, hair colors, and I'm having the best time, yeah.
And working with this company.
Yes, it's an incredible cast, an incredible crew. Tommy Kail is just insane. He's been a part of sort of guiding us through this. And I think also the feeling of being a part of something where there's so many new elements and it hasn't really been done quite like this before is making us all excited to see how it turns out.
It's funny because, it's 9 weeks of production for a 3-hour window that happens live. It happens one time, and then that's it. You know what I mean? I'm very used to something where you rehearse for months on end or what have you, depending on if it's a film or a theatrical show, and then you run it and you do it and you're together and it's a family and the that's just kind of your world for a while. But this has been our world, and we've created this family. And then, you know, after the 31st, it's done. It's out there, you know. But hopefully people love it.
Duty, those magic changes. I mean, tell me.
I mean, it's incredible. It's an honor. It's a song I think that sits well with so many people because it's that story of growing from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It's taking an idea and a dream and those four magic chords that you can hear any time of the day and feel some sort of feeling. And for certain people that's love. For certain people that's the blues. For certain people that's a journey or what have you. And to be able to portray that.
We're doing something groundbreaking, something new. So we're kind of just learning it for the first time as we go, and that's not always the easiest process, but it's going to be a crazy night on January 31st.
What's it been like working on this? It's like part movie, part show, all live. I mean, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a hybrid of like a movie, a TV show, and a stage show. So we're kind of figuring out what works best, and the fact that we have a live audience, I think it's going to bring a lot of energy to the show.
Kaniki.
I'm playing Kaniki. It's crazy. I'm a short Latin Kaniki. It's gonna be great. I'm super excited about it. We just got our jackets the other day, and I think you tried them on with us, and they're really comfortable, really awesome. They put the T-Bird logos on the back, and it's happening. We're doing it.
Grease moment. Was it the movie for you? Was it the stage show? What was your first introduction to Grease?
My first introduction to Grease was the stage show. I played Danny, and it was at the Jewish Community Center in Florida. Super small audience, but it was a lot of fun, and I fell in love with the music, and here I am doing it again for TV.
It's never been done before, what we're doing, so I feel like a baby. I'm like learning things all over again, but it's so much fun. It's kind of overwhelming. The scale of it is so big, but it just kind of pulls you in, makes you even more excited.
You're all in it together. That's the best thing about it, watching you all work. Like, no one has done this before. It's like movie, theater, live event, running through the lots of Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's everything. It's literally everything that a person could do on a soundstage. But it just makes it that much more exciting. We have such an amazing cast and crew who are a part of the project that, like, everyone knows we're all in good hands and we have each other's back.
Betty Rizzo, what a great role.
I know, she's the best. It's so funny though, because I always thought of myself as Sandy. Like, I always identified with Sandy growing up. And when they heard they were doing this and they were interested in me for Rizzo, I was like, are you sure? Like, really? And then I thought about it and I was like, oh my gosh, like, no brainer. This is an amazing character who's really complicated. And I'd never played a part like this before, so it's a nice stretch.
Danny Zuko, what an iconic role. I mean,
I know, it's amazing. And you know, it's another one. I've never done Grease before. I've never done a production in any capacity, professionally or amateur production, and which was the same thing with Les Mis. I'd never been in Les Mis before, so I'm very grateful that these are the ones that I've gotten to do. So I'm very happy about that.
So was the movie your first introduction to Grease? Was it the show?
No, it was the movie. You know, I think that I saw Grease was probably the first musical that I ever was aware of. You know, before I knew what a musical was or what musical theater was, I knew what Grease was. And I probably watched it when I was 7 or 8 years old because my parents showed it or had it on, or it was always on TV. So, you know, it's just one of those things that's so a part of the fabric of our culture that everyone knows and can relate to, and so it's exciting to kind of get to share that with people who might not know it in this generation, I think.
What is going through your mind?
Going through my mind, excitement, just adrenaline, just honor, I think, to be able to play Sandy, and the fact that Olivia Newton-John kind of gave me her blessing, and I mean, I've felt so much love from everyone, so I'm so excited. I can't wait to start.
This is such an iconic role, and I love the way they're doing it. A live audience, you're running between, you know, you're taking over every like soundstage at Warner Brothers.
I know, Warner Brothers lot, they're like, who are these people just like on golf carts? And like we had to like take the speed control off the golf carts so that we could get there faster because we only got like a minute and a half between commercial breaks. So we're going to be changing. I mean, there's going to be GoPros, the whole thing. So the way that we're doing it, and Tommy Kail, I mean, just incredible. His vision, everything is incredible. And the live audience aspect, the fact that we're literally on 3 different sound stages with sets in between. And I mean, I'm so blown away. I'm still like, how is this happening? How am I a part of this? I feel like the luckiest girl in the world.
This is the word that you heard. It's got groove.
This is amazing.